Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Nighttime series. Today we'll be going over the deep dives of Kate Bishop and Vivision. I'm not gonna go over everything in specific because I want to save that until they're actually released. So I'll just be talking about the biggest takeaways from each deep dive and some things that are pretty massive to some other champions as well. So yeah, it should be a pretty fun time overall. And I also want to talk about one thing that's happening because of Vivision and Kate Bishop that is affecting one of my most favorite champions ever, man. So it should be a pretty fun time. So let's just get right into it. So let's talk about Kate Bishop first, and I feel like people are expecting me to just love this character ASAP because I'm a big Hawkeye fan, and they are right. I really do like this champion straight off the bat because she looks very similar to Hawkeye when it comes to playstyle, but the best part is they are very different when it comes to kit, and that's what I like, right? I just don't want a carbon copy of Hawkeye, just a better Hawkeye, right? I want two completely different characters, and that's exactly what they are, so that's perfect. So Kate Bishop has a lot of trick arrows, right? She has access to Cold Snap and Critical Cold Snap too, which is pretty nice. She has access to Tranquilize as well, which is very, very good. I feel like that's gonna be probably one of her best pieces. She has access to Trample as well, which allows her to be unblockable. I think she also has access to a tracking debuff, which lets her counter miss. So yeah, just a lot of good mechanics overall. And there are some things that I'm kind of worried about, because you can't activate all three of the trick arrows at once, right? You have to pick your poison pretty much. And I'm just not necessarily the biggest fan of that because, what if there's a champion who inflicts a lot of debuffs on you and evades, right? Because you'll need to Tranquilize and the Cold Snap. And you can only get one off at a time. So you have to really ramp up to fully counter the champion, and by the time that happens there could have been a lot of mistakes that happened in the fight already, right? So that's my one concern with Kate Bishop, but besides that, she looks pretty great, right? Her damage output looks pretty good as well because she has access to a Caltrops debuff, which means whenever the opponent dashes back or dashes forward, they take a burst of bleed damage. So yeah, I feel the damage isn't really concerning. The utility is pretty good overall. However, if you need multiple pieces of her utility, that's when it starts to get kind of problematic, right? So she won't be perfect for every fight, but she'll still be good overall. And she is just nothing like Hawkeye in my opinion, so that is perfect because Hawkeye is his own character. I feel he's still a very, very good champion, and Kate Bishop is her own character as well. So they are not really they're not really the same in any aspect pretty much. They both have trick arrows, of course, right? But they both differ in what they do. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for Kate Bishop because she looks pretty fun in very, very long fights. She looks definitely solid in shorter fights as well, but we'll just have to see how she turns out there. I just cannot wait to play the champion, man. She just looks super, super fun. I am excited to see how she compares to Hawkeye overall. I feel Hawkeye is a very solid champion, but I just want to see if she lives up to him or even surpasses him, which I feel can definitely be possible, right? I feel Hawkeye isn't really the best skill out there, but I think he is very, very good. I feel it's a good bar to try to surpass, right? So yeah, can't wait to see how she turns out. And now let's talk about Vivision for a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, I might be a little bit more excited for Vivision than Kate Bishop because this character looks so crazy, man. She has a phase parry. What do I need to say more? She just has the craziest kit ever. It is super awesome, man. So she has access to a phase parry, which is just amazing. That's just incredible, man. You can well-time block projectile special attacks, and it'll just phase the whole entire special attack. That is phenomenal. That is just so good, man. Also has access to a passive heal block, similar to Warlock's passive infection and Rocket Raccoon's passive heal block too. Actually, no, it's not the same as Rocket's because he needs a debuff, right? Hers is just a regular passive heal block, so that's perfect. Also, she has immunity to Nullifying Stagger and Face Heal as well, so that's great too. She has a ton of armor ups to counter Havoc and be good for buffed up lanes. She has access to a lot of power drain, right? She's gonna be a very good power drain champion because on her phase, whenever the opponent faces an attack, she power burns the opponent. So that's very, very solid too. She has access to Instant Incinerates, and she has access to a very, very cool looking SP2. It has a perfect release type of mechanic, so that's pretty fun as well. Yeah, so this champion just looks really, really fun. I cannot wait to see how she turns out. She also has these very interesting pre-fights because some of them reduce the potency of power burn, some of them reduce the potency of ability accuracy reductions, right? So Domino, she can counter pretty well, it seems. Just a lot going on with this champion, and I am so excited, man. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this character. The one concern I have is the damage output. That is the only concern that I have because She seems to be very, very Sig reliant at base because her signature ability gives her these energy vulnerabilities, right? And you pair that with SP1, and that's like her main form of damage output. So there is some concern there, right? But besides that, besides being locked behind a signature ability, which I hope isn't the case, where like I hope she's still good on Awakened, but like she just gets even better when Awakened, right? I hope that's the case. But even then, she looks very, very fun, right? And also, it seems her main damage output is from the SP1, and that's like very, very unique, I feel like, because most champions, like most of their damage outputs in the SP2 or the SP3, or like some things that happen after the SP2 or 3. So like being an SP1 based champion is pretty unique, and I feel like that can like get a lot of benefits out of her as well. So yeah, it just looks pretty solid overall, man. She looks so much fun to play as well. Like her SP1 looks awesome, man. It's just like these 3 continuous beams that look very, very powerful and devastating, man. So I cannot wait for this champion. I am sorry, but I am more excited for Vivision. She just looks so cool. And I've been waiting for good tech characters, and future Ant-Man is crazy good. I will like defend him till the end, man, because he's so much fun to play. His damage output is phenomenal. Like he doesn't have any damage problem at all. And the utility and the safety net is just absurd. It is just so absurd. I can't even fathom why they would even release it, man, because he's like one of the safest champions to play. Him and Cassie Lang. I'm gonna make a whole 19 episode just talking about like why these characters are like the 2 safest champions in the game, pretty much. But yeah, that's for another time. But I'm excited because the tech class is getting a lot of love recently, and I think it is well deserved. So yeah, big thumbs up for me for both of these champions. And now let's talk about one more thing. So if you haven't noticed, both of these characters have perfect release mechanics, right? And who also has one? Hawkeye. And it has been confirmed that they have buffed the perfect release window for these 2 champions, and they've also buffed it for Hawkeye as well. So this is just perfect news for people that want to learn Hawkeye, because people always complain that like his perfect release mechanic is very hard to master, and it is like very like strict, right? But rest assured, he is now getting buffed when it comes to the perfect release window. So you can now like take a much easier approach to mastering his gameplay. So that's like perfect for most players, right? I've of course mastered the harder version, so I'm just like used to it by now. But like for people that want to learn the champion, this is just perfect, right? Because you can just wait till the update, and then he'll be much easier to play, and it'll just be a very good time for everyone. So yeah, I just had to mention that real quick. Just a very good like pro player buff for Hawkeye and like both Kate Bishop and Vivision. And that'll be it for this episode, because I just like want to talk about the deep dives from Kate Bishop and Vivision, and just go over like how they are both indirectly buffing Hawkeye. So that's just a very fun time overall. I cannot wait for these champions, man. They look so fun to play, especially Vivision, man. I am going to be waiting very impatiently, because like, I just need to play this character already. Like I hope she comes out first so I can just like get the gameplay out immediately. I'm going to of course buy the bundle and just like play with her, just have so much fun. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Kate Bishop and Vivision. For me, I think they look pretty exciting. And yeah, that's about it for me.